Hey, welcome! Today, we are going to tackle that one thing that drives every language learner crazy, making new vocabulary actually stick. We're going to break down a super simple but incredibly powerful method that's going to totally change how you learn English words. For real, let's dive in. So does this sound familiar? You spend a bunch of time memorizing a long list of words. You're feeling pretty good about it, and then, poof, the very next day, they're just gone. It is so frustrating, but here's the good news. It's not you, it's the method you've been using. So what exactly is the problem here? Well, for years, we've basically been taught to learn vocabulary with brute force, just cramming definitions into our heads. But that whole approach treats our memory like some kind of filing cabinet. The thing is, your brain is much more like a muscle, and it needs a very specific kind of workout to get stronger. And that workout, it starts with a huge shift in how you think about learning. The first big rule is all about learning small and learning smart. Seriously, this is not a race to see how much you can cram in one day. It's all about how well you can learn every single day. Just 5 to 10 new words a day. I know, it sounds kind of small, right? But let's do the math. 10 words a day is 70 words a week. That's over 3,500 new words in a year. That is a massive vocabulary, more than enough to have fluent, confident conversations. It's doable, it's not stressful, and it is so powerful. This right here, this is the golden rule. A little bit of focused work every single day will always beat a huge, stressful cram session once a week. The goal is to make this a daily habit, something easy, not a weekly chore you dread. Okay, so we're learning a small, manageable number of words every day. Great. But how do we make them memorable? This is where we have to get active. We're going to look at 3 keys that'll turn a word from just a random piece of information into a tool you can actually use. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the old way, a boring, passive definition. Your brain just sees it, goes meh, and moves on. But on the right, you have the word in action. When you put opportunity into a sentence that's personal and meaningful to you, you create a real connection. You're giving the word a job to do. That's what makes it stick. Next up, you've got to get your senses involved. It's a really simple 3-step process. First, you see the word, and you see your sentence. Then you hear it. You can use an online dictionary to get the pronunciation right. And finally, you say it out loud. See it, hear it, say it. This whole multi-sensory thing fires up different parts of your brain, and it locks that word in so much faster. So where do you even find these new words? Please don't just pull them from some dusty old textbook. Find them in the wild. Watch English-speaking YouTubers you actually like. Listen to podcasts about stuff you're interested in. But, and this is key, always use subtitles. This way, you learn words in the context of real, natural conversations, which is exactly how our brains are designed to learn language in the first place. Awesome. So you're learning a few new words every day. You're putting them into your own sentences, and you're finding them in the real world. Now for the final, crucial piece of the puzzle. Locking those words into your long-term memory, so you basically never forget them. This is a technique called spaced repetition, and trust me, it's a total game changer. The idea is so simple. You review new words at very specific, spaced-out times. So you learn the word on day 1. Then you review it again after 3 days. And finally, you review it one more time after 7 days. This simple little schedule basically sends a message to your brain that says, hey, pay attention. This stuff is important, so you better keep it. Okay, so how are you going to manage all this? The new words every day, the sentences, that review schedule? Well, it all comes together in one simple but honestly super powerful tool that you can create right now. Yep, the Humble Vocabulary Notebook. But look at how it's structured. It's not just a list of words and meanings. For every single word, you write down the meaning, and then, this is the most important part, your own example sentence. This notebook becomes your personal dictionary and your review system all rolled into one. It's simple, it's organized, and it just works. So there you have it. We've laid out the whole method. Learn just a few words daily, put them in your own sentences, use your eyes and your ears, and then review them with a notebook. The only thing left to do now is, well, to actually do it. And for those of you who are ready to really put the pedal to the metal, the source material had this awesome little offer, a way to package all of this into a super efficient 20-minute daily routine. It's just a great reminder that there's always another level you can unlock on your learning journey. And that brings us to the end. Look, the theory is great, but it's the action that really counts. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Now that you have this method, what's the very first word you are going to master? Go find it, write it down in your new notebook, and start today. What are you waiting for?